Good afternoon and welcome to SM Live. Back for Livestream Friday, show number 19. It's great to have you with us this afternoon. As always, we've got some cool stuff planned for today. So yeah, for those of you that haven't tuned in before, we run these sessions most Fridays, apart from the very last stages of the month end and the quarter end. So yeah, good to have you with us on the channel. So my name's Chris Stott. I've got Howard Cox with me today. So Howard, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm doing well, thanks Chris. Good afternoon everyone.
So we've got some cool stuff I think to show around campaigns. Quite apt I suppose at the end of, we're not quite at the end of the month yet and the end of the quarter, but obviously getting very close to it for Q2. So today we're going to be looking at a bit more detail on tags and how we can help with that.
Yeah, exactly that. We're going to use the tagging in the system to build campaigns on top of vehicles, and then obviously to give access to everyone else in the StockBook environment for that account. So yeah, really useful tool. For our existing users, it's used all the time. It's a common feature in StockBook, but a really key one, especially at this time.
Yeah,
so, yeah, looking forward
fantastic.
to it.
And I saw a really good use case of this with the product guys and how we're tying this up with an integration as well, and obviously trying to keep things in sync with the website and stuff. So yeah, it should be an interesting one. Good fun as always. We've got Annette with us today moderating. So Annette is on the YouTube chat. So if you've got any questions for Howard and I, just put them in the chat on YouTube. That will come through to Annette, and then she'll then put them through and they'll appear on the screen for us to answer, so everyone can get the benefit of those replies. So yeah, please get in, join in. It's designed to be interactive. So and if you are watching it back, obviously these are available on the channel to watch on YouTube. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then you'll get notified when we go live, and also as we publish the content onto the YouTube channel on a weekly basis. Okay, right. Well, with that, Howard, I think we will. We'll make a start. So are you in a position to share your screen? I'll cut across just to me for a sec while you get set up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's something wrong with my headphones at the minute. So just one second.
Oh, no, sorry. Okay, fine. Annette said there might be some audio issues with some echo, so it might be to do with that. So we'll just tweak a few settings and see what that's like. Echo on Chris's mic. Oh, yeah. Right.
Right,
so good.
It's you rather than me.
Yeah. Strange. Okay, well, Howard's didn't seem to echo. You better do the talking then, Howard.
Yeah, I've lost my headphones now completely. So yeah, hopefully you can hear me and there's not too much echo. Is there any from your end?
No, that might be, yeah, so it might be picking up me through your speakers then. So we'll see how we get on with that. You might have to mute things, but yeah, give it a try. Yes. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll try and fix it when we go through this. So yeah, I'm just going to bring you in. Just 1 second.
You ready? Yeah, that's good. We can see the screen.
Okay?
Yeah, all good to go.
Good. Excellent. So just before I jump into the application, so we're going to be tagging up some vehicles, and then hopefully Chris is going to join me in the same environment as a different user. So be able to see any of the changes and any of the tags that I add onto the vehicles, which will be really good to see. So hopefully I'm in the application there. Can you hear me okay? I'm just going to come back 1 second. Can you hear me okay?
And I'm on mute, I think, so yeah, and nobody could hear that either. Oh dear, it's going so well this afternoon.
Right, I'm back.
You're back, right? Okay, let's cut to you then.
Yeah, I'm back. Right, let's go again, and hopefully it doesn't drop out again.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, yep. Let's go for it.
You might have to just keep talking to me to make sure it works as slick as it should. There you go. I'm in the application.
Hooray, we made it. Okay, well done.
Exactly. So nothing like a technical hitch on a Friday afternoon as usual. So I'm just using the demo environment here, as you can see. So a long list of vehicles. We've got some 31,000 plus vehicles in the application, all various brands. Again, this one is sorted alphabetically, so you can see here that we are picking up the Audi A1s sitting at the top, which is usual because we normally have it that way round. But of course, as I've shown many times before, we can sort that ascending and descending, and add the oldest vehicle sitting at the top, as you can see there. I am just going to select and drill down a bit further into some vehicles. So I'm just going to select some Jaguars, and you can see it just keep drilling down as it does when you start searching for vehicles, like so. But this time I'm going to be a bit more specific about my search. So I'm really going to look at vehicles that are sellable, or that we can focus on for the remainder of this month, or albeit only sort of 3 days left of this month. So I'm just going to go into Search Builder there. So as soon as I select Search Builder, you can see here I can add a filter to my search there. And what I'm going to look for, because we're just looking at the Jaguars, I'm going to be quite specific about the vehicle status. So I'm just going to look for vehicles that again are just sellable this month. So I'm looking for really vehicles that are over a day old, or certainly sitting at the storage centre. But what I'm going to be more specific, because we're working with the Jaguar vehicles, so I'm just going to go for status. And when I select the status, you'll see here, out of all of those brands that I have in my environment, I can choose which attribute or which status that I can select from. So knowing some of the JLR and how they work, you've got things like arrived at dealer. So I'm going to take that one because obviously those vehicles are already on the ground. So that's really useful. And then I'm going to go for vehicles that are into port or of entry or compound. So again, vehicles that are available in the storage area. So once I select that, you can see it will just take me straight down to 791 vehicles. So it's just looking at those specific vehicles that are there as contained, like so. And then I can sort these as required as well. So just picking on the top few. I'm going to minus the sold vehicles as well, like so. Can you hear me okay, Chris?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah, it's
yeah, okay, great. I think it's my mic, is it? It's got the AirPods. Yeah. So I'll try and change that. When we cut back, I'll try and switch that.
Yeah, that's no problem. No problem.
So you can see here now I've got the little checkbox. We've shown this one a few times as well, where when you select the top one, so the one next to the vehicle description at the top there, it will select all the vehicles in the view. What we actually do, we do a bit of a safety net though. So when you select it, you'll notice that it just selects the first 30 of the 595 that I've got in my view. But of course, I can go straight to select all 595, like so, and that will just grab all those vehicles as well. But if we just go for a select view and we just wanted to choose our own, we can simply do that by just selecting on those vehicles. So I'm just gonna choose these top 6 here. And what you'll notice is when I do that, as people have seen before, when you start to select in the checkboxes here, you get these little icons, this little change up here. So it removes, all the save views and all the other functions that you would standardly see. And then I've got the ability to do a number of things with that. We did a video a couple of weeks ago on pricing and cap matching, which has obviously been a real success. So yeah, do watch that video if you get an opportunity. We've shared it with a number of people, and it's gone down really well. Being quite a specific vehicle on that subject. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to manage tags. Sorry, I will just jump back actually, but you see here it's a little tag there, so quite clear. And if you hover over it, it tells you what it is as well. So once I select that, you can see here I can now add a tag, and I've already used this tag before actually on focus stock. So we'll just call it focus, maybe focus vehicles, like so. And then I can select whether or not I share that within my organization, which is exactly what we're going to do. Of course, if I'm sharing this stock out to some partners or some other businesses that are connected to me, I can push that report out or that focus out to them as well. So yeah, you can share the tags. But I'm just going to go straight for my organization, so just anyone else that's in this account, and of course anyone else that's got access to see the Jaguar stock in this case. So when we do access levels, if you're working in a different brand, you'd see it. You wouldn't necessarily see this. Only individuals that are allocated to that specific brand. So you can see now it's added this tag to them. So everybody that's in the system, that is now visible, which is really good. So what I can do, if I wanted to see those specific vehicles, I can click on one of them and it will just drill down and show me everything that's in that set as well. I can now take out some of the criteria as well, because what I want to do from here is I want to be able to report on this specific campaign. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight to my save views, so the star there, and I'm going to now add that as a label, because I want to be able to report on this and see the activity in this in these specific vehicles that I've allocated here. So again, I can just call it as I want. So I'm just going to call this focus vehicles to keep it similar to the tab. I can share that report with other people as well. So if I wanted to specifically push it to any of my team members, I can certainly do that as well, simply by selecting on the share like so, and then there you go, Chris. I could share it to you.
Okay, yeah.
But for this example, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you pick that up from when you're in the same environment. So if I just save that, again, I can just select that and pin that as a tab. And of course, I could also schedule that as an email as well. So if I wanted that report to come out to me on a regular basis, any specific time of day, or I might just want to know about it every Monday and every Friday, for instance, and then I can choose the time in which that is sent to me, simply by doing that. But if I'm in the application on a regular basis, which I tend to be, if you're using SalesMaster, you tend to be in every day, all the time, every day, and I'll get to see that as a tab straight at the top there. So when I refresh my screen, you can see it will take me straight back to the default. But now I've got the ability to just select on those focus vehicles as well. Right, so always in my view, always accessible, being able to see how that campaign is moving. If I want to, the next bit I may want to add some more vehicles, and because I took out a lot of the criteria, I can choose any of the brands that I want to add to this as well. So in this case, if I wanted to add some Land Rovers into that stock as well, I could simply just do that by, again, either selecting all the vehicles in my view or just selecting a few.
Another good tip just on that selection, actually, Howard. Another good tip I saw the other day was actually using the search to get the criteria of vehicles and then select all. So instead of you doing that like the 5 that you could do, I don't know, Discovery D300, and then it would limit you those, then you could do select all. So but yeah, there's multiple ways to get to that selection, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I can drill down as you suggested. I do this a lot actually when we're matching vehicles or pricing vehicles, because you want to get down to the list of vehicles that are the same, and then being able to match them in bulk. So I do exactly that when that's used as well. So really useful to be able to just get down to the right vehicles and say, right, they're the ones I'm looking for. Obviously, there is the ability to be able to drop in a list of
your other favourite feature.
Definitely one of my favourite features. I've less time explaining it now because I think everyone's got it. Everyone's got it that wants it. It was certainly one that I've really enjoyed. But once I've selected these additional 6 vehicles, again, I've got some previous tags that I've created, and obviously the focus vehicles was the one that we did today, just a while ago. And then I can just update those 6 vehicles. And what they'll do is they'll just now add to my list.
So then anybody that's got that view set up on theirs without doing anything automatically in real time is going to see that list of additional vehicles that you've added. So you just create the framework for the sales teams, and then you can just add stock in, or stock comes out obviously when it's sold. So really straightforward to communicate those incentive vehicles.
Yeah, it's just a brilliant way, days of old where, it's a spreadsheet or a clipboard of showing what's our focus stock this week, lots on boards and stuff. I've seen them on whiteboards. This is just doing it electronically.
Well, it's having it all in a live list, isn't it? So when one's sold, everyone sees it sold. You're not going to have that kind of duplicate selling. And I suppose with the view, the schedule that you mentioned with the email, it works effectively as a combination. So having the live list as a tab with that live view in the application, but actually just a prompt every morning, or every other morning of the vehicles that are left in that campaign, which would just go directly to the sales team into their inbox to really, again, push the message of vehicles that are available for that criteria.
Yeah. And there's lots of different kind of promotions that come out of various different things, whether it be from a manufacturer directly or from internally. Vehicles in this state, we've got some vehicles that are quite heavy on their days in stock, so these will be ones that we'd be certainly wanting to focus on and give access to the sales team to sell from.
Yeah, great. Okay, so what are you thinking now, that for me to pick up that list of vehicles on my view?
Yeah, what I'll do is we'll cut back to the main screen, so it gives me an opportunity to switch
my
mic.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
No problem. Remember, Annette is on the YouTube chat, so if you've got any questions, just drop those in, and we'll put those on the screen for everyone. So just drop a message into us, and I think you do have to have a YouTube or a Google account, but it only takes it's only a few seconds to do that, and then you can send us a message straight into the show. Okay, you switched over yet, Howard, or are you?
Yeah, I will be in 2 seconds.
Problem.
Hopefully is that working for you?
Yeah, I can see you, so that's it. Let's just put it on there for everyone to see. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll switch actually. Put my my screen up as well then, should I?
Yeah, do that, because it's always, to see how everyone would see this. You're going to be logging into the same account as me, just as your access.
Yeah.
So as long as you've got access to see Jaguar and Land Rover vehicles, which I'm sure you have, you'll be able to see them and create your own header if required.
Okay, cool. So I'm in the shared demo environment. I'm actually looking at the full list of vehicles at the moment, but if I narrow that down just to start with to look for Jaguar, I can see, I've got those. I can see focus stock. I've got about 1,100 Jaguars in there. So it was focus vehicle, wasn't it, that you did as the search a second ago?
Yes, it's focus vehicles. Yeah, I had to change it slightly because we'd already used focus stock.
Yeah, no worries. So if I do #focus vehicles, it picks up those 6 vehicles. So if you haven't already created a saved view or shared that across to the other users, you can just find the criteria by searching for the hashtag, and they will populate as well, actually, won't they? After a period of time, they just appear in the top when you do a hash symbol, and it will show you the ones that are exist.
So you're in your criteria there, you've obviously specifically selected
Jaguar. I have, so if I take Jaguar out as a token, then the Land Rovers appear.
Now see 12.
That's right.
There you go. So
it'd just be putting the sold criteria in, I suppose I'd have to do to mirror what you were doing as well, so that one would drop off the list.
Yeah. Although again, you would, if one of these vehicles was sold at any stage, you would, because of your permissions, so even if you didn't put minus sold in the search, you would just see that vehicle is now sold.
Yeah.
So you'd still see the same.
So it depends, I suppose, what the role is within the business. If you're a sales administrator or a sales manager or controlling that kind of process, you might want to see the sold vehicles in there. But if you're purely just looking for what's available, that's when you decide to put in minus sold to just draw your attention to the ones we've got left. So whilst there are 12 vehicles in total, there's 11 that are available.
Yeah. and obviously you know based on your permissions to either sell a vehicle or put a vehicle under negotiation, any changes that you do within those vehicles or anyone that's got access to do that would reflect in my report as well.
Cool. So if I go into
so yeah,
well, firstly I'm going to save that actually as a view. So if I go to save views and do just what you did, so focus vehicles, and save that, and then I'm going to pin it as a tab and then refresh the list. So yeah, that's cool. So I can instantly recall that. So I've got 11 vehicles that are available, and then if I put one of those vehicles under negotiation, for example, so if I've got someone interested in this Jaguar XF, I'd go into that vehicle and mark it under negotiation. So that's put the orange label on there for everyone to see. When you go into your list, you've got that. Perfect. And if you go into it, can you see that I did that?
As soon as I click on the vehicle, go into activity, I can see yourself from Audi 1 less than a minute ago, put that vehicle under negotiation. So yeah, obviously tracking activity on that as
Perfect,
well.
Yeah.
Is all that.
And that's the uses the under negotiation rules that are set and configured in the account. So that would stay in that state until such time as you've set for it to go trip back to available again if it's not sold. But if in that case that vehicle was sold, I could literally just unlock the sales status, and I'm going to now change that to sold because I've actually taken an order on the vehicle.
Yes.
And then when you look for the car again, you should see that replicate on yours. It's now sold as an XF.
Yeah, I've just taken out my minus sold, so yes, I can see
that.
As well. Yeah, so it's the XF, and again that picks up you moved it from, you unlocked it to go from under negotiation to sold.
Got it.
So yeah, and that's picking that up in real time, and you can see it's adding that timestamp on my screen as well. So when it was done, and that stays on the vehicle for the lifespan of that vehicle as well.
You've got a full audit log and control.
Yeah.
What if you wanted to remove some vehicles from the campaign? Can you take tags off vehicles?
You certainly can, and also on that as well, you can add more tags to the vehicle. But if you wanted to remove these two at the top, for instance, so whatever the select criteria you want, and then you go back to manage tags next to the add, as you can see here, you've got the ability to remove as well. So I can just update those, remove two of those top vehicles, and they will just come straight off. And that would be,
so I can now just see
take the tag away
in the list of available Focus vehicles. So when you're saying you can add another tag, that's effectively if this was a manufacturer's incentive where there was a subsidised contract hire campaign or something on the vehicles, that would be identified with Focus vehicles. But you might also add another code if it was an incentive that you had in the business as well. So extra commission for selling one of these vehicles or another kind of incentive. You could go and do that.
Yeah, and I'll probably do that actually because it's always good to show that. So I'll just call it offer 150. So whatever I wanted to call it. Again, it's my choice or the business's choice to highlight what that campaign is. And then you can see that will just add those offer 150 to those vehicles as well.
Got it.
So yeah, you can have again as many tags as you want on the same vehicle.
So could we just try? And now also can you could you create a view of just the offer 150 cars and then share that view with me? Would that be something we could do?
I can. So again, I can click on the offer 150. So it would just show me those vehicles that are in that criteria. And then as soon as I go into save views, so I'm going to say that's offer 150 June. So I call it June. And then here I've got, before I save it, if I save it, I just need to edit it to go back. But if I'm just creating it now, I just go straight on there. Now I can share that with the whole site. So there, you'd normally find in a site there'd be more than one person. But I can select all the site, or I can just select myself. And then as soon as I save that, what you'll notice is that offer 150 header moves away from my views and goes into shared views over on the right hand side here. And if I click on that, it will show me who created it and who I'm sharing it with. And
I've got it. I just reloaded my screen and I can see it. It's appeared. It actually creates it as a tab automatically on my login, so I can see the Focus vehicles that I created and then the offer 150 that you created as well. So Yeah, really good. Really easy to
And
push that out to lots of people, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it really is. And I think if you go into say views and look at it, you'll see who's sharing that with you. So if you wanted to say,
shared with one other, created by Howard Cox. Yeah, got it. And again, you've got the same controls. So if I then wanted to schedule that as an email, so it sends that out to me, I can do that, and that will come to my inbox and so on. So it's really straightforward, isn't it, to create those views across the sales team?
It is, and and in real, in the real life and cycle of it within a dealership, you see lots of different tags on vehicles that are, really highlighting to everyone certain bits of information. Yeah,
neat. Okay. I suppose the other question is if I've got permissions, I can actually add tags to those vehicles as well. Because again, if we're both set up as a sales manager or a relevant user with sufficient privileges, I can go in and add that. So if I create offer 250, update those vehicles, that should now work in reverse. So I've tagged those on mine for offer 250, and you should see those on those. Yeah,
I can. There you go. Those two XFs at the top. Yeah. So the same in the same Focus vehicle, you've now added a tag. As you say, offer 250, and that's visible for everyone that's got access to see these cars.
Excellent. Well, that's a good. That's really straightforward, isn't it? So, okay. So just cut back to the main cameras for a sec, because I'm not sure if we haven't had any questions on this yet. But if you do want to send something through to us, then just obviously do that on the YouTube chat screen. One of the things I got asked, as I mentioned earlier, about the product integration was how we can also use this to hook up those website integrations as well. So it just perhaps be worth talking about that, in that the searching that we've done inside the application is also available as part of the API, isn't it? So
yes, it is. So obviously within that API we can put there's a standard criteria that we'll send across, which tends to be everything that you'd associate with the taxonomy or the attributes of a vehicle to publish on a website. So almost consumer friendly, as we like to call it. But you can also the tags are also can be available to share across as well. So having it on the website with as you're tagging vehicles with focus stock or campaign stock, that can be displayed in there as well.
Brilliant. So effectively it's building an API criteria that's going to send it through to the website provider for them to sort of display that stock on your website, but also having a secondary API criteria to get another subset of that stock is also possible, because that can open up really if you had a homepage image or a banner or some kind of promotion that's visible on your homepage that shows these vehicles are available for delivery this month, click here to see the live stock, then that's how we would use that. But it's all powered by the same kind of master inventory.
And if obviously, of course, if the two-way could be available in that as well. So vehicles that get reserved or sold in SalesMaster, just alerting the web provider as and when those vehicles are changed as well. The status is updated.
Fantastic. Okay. In terms of things to show, I think we've covered most of the stuff on the plan for today. Have you got anything else that you wanted to show, or are we covered? Just about done?
Yeah, no, I think we're done from a tagging perspective, but as I say, the only time that we really get questions on tags is if somebody hasn't got the permission, because again, it's a permission based part of the application. So of course, if anyone needs and wants that, then just to get in contact with ourselves at support.
Perfect. Okay, well, thanks again, Howard. Very informative and timely for the campaign. So it's obviously wrapping up Q2 and June in particular. So hope you've had a good month, and then moving into the next quarter and July. This is an example of some of the tools we can provide for you to hopefully make that a bit easier. So just get in touch with the team, and we can gladly give you a dedicated demonstration of this. So. Thanks to everyone for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. We'll get those numbers up, and we'll keep the content coming for you. So thanks for watching today. Thank you, Howard. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thank
and
you
we'll
very much.
see you all on the next one. Thanks very much. Cheers now. Bye.